Hi everyone, my name is Keely and I'm the owner and creator here at Soy and Shea, and thank you so much for joining me for another soap making video. Now I've had a lot of requests from my customers to bring back the lemongrass and lime soap that I do with the poppy seeds, so that is what we're going to do today. Now I'm also going to try a drop swirl technique that Lee from Wicked Lee does to see how that goes. And I am also using the lemongrass and exotic lime from Aussie Soap Supplies. Now don't worry, this fragrance oil is one of the ones I got out of my original batch of 11 and absolutely loved. It behaves so differently to all the other fragrance oils I had, and to be honest, I actually think this one holds better in the soap than what some of the other lemongrass and Persian lime fragrances do, so I'm actually very happy with this one. Let's go and see how I make it. Jumping straight in here, I have got my oils and I am pouring in my sodium hydroxide distilled water solution. Now I just had a great big chunk fall in there. I hadn't noticed that lye lint sitting on the top. I will get that stick blended in there and that will actually get rid of all of that lye lint, and then we will split it out for the colours. I have got that mixed in. I can't see any of those chunks sitting in here, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to start splitting it up for these colours. I am trying a new green out. This one, Amanda's had it for a little while. I've just never got round to actually buying it because there's always other micas I need to replenish. But this time I decided to splash out and get it, and we have got Shamrock Shimmer. It's one of the synthetic micas that has the really pretty shiny ingredient in it, so we should get a really nice shimmer with that. I am also using some Tuscan Sun, I believe it's called. Let me just quickly check. Yep, that one is Tuscan Sun. And then into my last jug here I have got some white. I'm not going to pour out as much of the titanium dioxide one, but I am going to finish splitting this up between these two colours, and hopefully it will fit in these jugs. So I've got my three colours mixed in. We are very full on these jugs as well. What I've got here is some ground up poppy seeds, and I'm just going to split it up between these three jugs here. May have weighed myself out just a little bit too much there. I don't want it too scratchy, so that will do there. I am also going to start pouring in my fragrance oil as well. I am using lemongrass and exotic lime from Aussie Soap Supplies, and I can tell all of the Aussies here it smells exactly the same as Aroma's lemongrass and Persian lime, and it, from the tester I did, it behaved really, really well. I'm hoping that it is going to behave well in this one as well. I'm going to get these hand stirred in. So I'll give the white a bit more of a stir in a minute. I'm going to just concentrate on these two. So this lemongrass and exotic lime, it is exactly the same as Aroma's lemongrass and Persian lime. The main difference I have found between the two different fragrance oils is that the one from Aroma does thicken up in my recipe, whereas this one, ooh, stays nice and fluid. These jugs are definitely not big enough, but I don't have an in-between between one that is too big and this size, so we will just make do and clean the mess up later. So this actually should be really interesting. So I'm going to do a pour which Lee over at Wicked Lee has done a few times. She said she's not sure if she's seen anyone else do this pour before she started doing it. So if you do know what this is, by all means let me know. What we're going to do is start pouring these two, let's move that white, down the sides of the mold. So one side is going to be green, one side will be yellow. Try and go at about the same pace here. Now whenever I have seen Lee do this. Her soap batter is usually a little bit thicker, so I think we might end up with some really interesting swirls, seeing as this one is so much more fluid. I can also see that I have missed my mold with half of this soap. I will have to get that scooped up and back in to the mold here. Look at this mess. I'll finish scraping those in a minute. We'll just come back to this white. Got a lot of cleaning up to do here as well. Very messy, and I can tell you Lee is not this messy when she does it. But now what she does is she takes this third colour and she kind of pours it down the middle to create a drop swirl in the middle there between those two colours. So as I said, I'm going to be really interested to see what I get out of this, because my soap batter is so much more fluid than what she actually pours out on hers. So we should get something really interesting. So I'm going to finish getting these scraped out, and then I'll do a little bit of a fancy top on it, and then I will show you a close-up. So I'm going to keep this one really simple and leave it just like that. That top is looking absolutely gorgeous, and it smells so strong, fresh and clean. I'm going to leave this one sit overnight, and we will be back shortly and we will take a look at what we've got on the inside. Our lemongrass and exotic lime is now ready to cut open. That yellow is always a gorgeous colour. This green, I was really worried because this one morphed ever so much while it was actually saponifying, but it has come up really bright and cheery, and it does have flecks of shimmer through it as well, being one of those synthetic micas. Can't wait to get this one cut open and see what sort of swirls, if any, we were able to get from this pour technique. So let me get cut through here. It smells really good. This is probably about the only one of the fragrance oils that I've had in that I've actually been really happy with. Let's take a look. Let's go for a couple from out of the middle of this one. So let's grab those. And I really actually like how that has come together. So we've got those two colours and then that big drop of white through the middle there. Really like that. I do have glycerin rivers through that white, and I think I know why that has formed, but I just want to do a few more tests before I kind of have a look at the reasoning behind those glycerin rivers. I've done all the tricks of reducing my water and soaping at certain temperatures and gelling and all that sort of thing, and none of those theories that are kind of out there at the moment really fit in with when I do and don't get glycerin rivers. But I have been having to play with another sort of idea behind them. For a while I've not been getting glycerin rivers in my white, and when I did this one I had run out, or there was very little titanium dioxide in my bottle, and I think I know what actually caused them now. So I'm going to do a couple more experiments and really have a look at that. But I'm going to embrace those glycerin rivers in there because it really does add to the whole design of this soap. So I hope you've enjoyed watching how I made this lemongrass and exotic lime, and enjoyed that pour technique that I have attempted to do from Wicked Lee. If you did, why not leave me a thumbs up and any comments down below. If you've got any questions, I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And until the next video comes out, I hope you have a great one, and I will see you then. Bye.